What's up, guys? Today I've got an espresso blend review for you today. This is from Chromatic Coffee, and they are in San Jose, California. This was actually recommended to me by another coffee blogger, my friend Margaret over at coffeecantata.co. And she raved about this espresso, saying that if she had the choice, this would be her house blend if she ran a cafe. And I agree that it was quite delicious. Obviously, my expectations were high because she gave it her full endorsement. But right off the bat, I was able to pull some great shots. This is probably, well, let's show you the beans. So I labeled the roast as it's beyond medium. It's getting into dark territory, but I call it a full city plus. And the aroma, as I spill beans between my crotch, the aroma is just awesome. Milk chocolate, really fragrant milk chocolate when you open the bag. This is the smell I like from coffee, and really not much beyond that I could pick up. It has a really a butteriness to it, and that actually translated into the flavor as well. And I started off by pulling shots at their recommended recipe. So what they recommended here on the website is to pull shots around 26 to 30 grams yield, so what comes out of the espresso maker, and that in the 25 to 28 second range. So my first shot was pulled in that range. They recommend 18.5 grams of coffee. I did 20, and I stuck to that. So my first shot I labeled as a 4 out of 5 stars, and it was really rich dark chocolate with some berry undertones and a nutty finish. And so that was 30 gram yield in 26 seconds and 201 degrees Fahrenheit. And then Margaret emailed me and recommended I try a shorter shot. And this was she actually recommended I do this before I started even pulling shots. So she said that her best shot came at 201 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 gram yield. So that's half of what I did on my first shot, and that was interesting. So I experimented with it, and I did 197 degrees Fahrenheit this time. So my temperature dropped, and I just tightened up the grind a little bit, so a little bit finer, because my first shot was a little bit too fast. And again, 20 grams of coffee and a 17 gram yield in 25 seconds. And it knocked my socks off. It was like, there's a chocolate company called Cho here, TCHO, and they're really popular. And they have this drinking chocolate that they serve. It's really just, well, it's exactly what it is described as. It's chocolate that you drink. And this is what it tasted like. It had an incredible mouthfeel, really syrupy, really just like drinking this drinking chocolate. And not a lot of complexity, but I really didn't need the fruit in it because I enjoyed it as it was, with just that chocolateness to it. And the fact that it was coffee was almost like I could easily forget. And just to give you a little bit more background on this coffee, which I should have done earlier, it is comprised of their baseline coffee, which is a Colombian, and it's called the Keynote. And I haven't tried this yet, but let me just look at the notes on their website. So this is another coffee they sell, and again, Colombian coffee. It's washed, and tasting notes: dark honey, caramel fudge. So that's the baseline, and then they also use a Brazilian coffee, Ethiopian, and El Salvador. So those are three really well-known, renowned regions. And if you throw Colombia in there, that's just like an all-star cast, at least from what my taste buds respond to. So, wet and honey process, heirloom, yellow bourbon, and the tasty notes, chocolate, butterscotch, creamy. So definitely creamy, definitely chocolatey. Butterscotch I wasn't really picking up on too much. If anything, I picked it up when I brewed just standard coffee, particularly through AeroPress. But any butterscotch flavors weren't really there for me. I did pick up in my most recent shot, which you'll see at the end of this video, I picked up a flavored note that was like butter on pancakes. It was quite delicious. So Margaret said that the butterscotch really came out in a latte, so maybe that's what I need to do. I don't make lattes at home because I don't have a milk steamer, but if I did, maybe I would pick it up. Who knows? So yeah, I think that's all that there is to say. This is a 91 point coffee on coffeereview.com, so they can tell you that it's good. Kenneth Davids, and yeah, I think that's it for now. I definitely recommend this one for somebody who is really into espresso. Oh yeah, one thing I did want to mention was that I wouldn't recommend this for other brewing methods. I did do it with my Hario V60, and it was pretty boring cup of coffee. It was really muted in terms of what I could pick up from the flavors. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't something I would drink specifically for brewed pour over coffee. As an AeroPress, it was pretty good. It wasn't amazing. And then as a mocha pot, it was good too. It had some woody notes, but again, nothing to really write home about. It definitely could pass as a good espresso alternative if you're using a mocha pot, but beyond those two brew methods, mocha pot and AeroPress, I really wouldn't do pour over with this coffee. I don't think it's gonna give you incredible results. So stick to espresso with this and you'll love it from what I can tell, as long as you like chocolate. There are some berry notes in there too, and maybe some butterscotch if you're gonna do lattes, cappuccinos, any milk-based espresso, or not milk-based, espresso-based milk drinks, however you want to phrase it. And yeah, so espresso, great. Drip, not so good. Immersion stuff, yeah, I give it an approval. So there you have it. That, once again, is Gamut, the Gamut Espresso blend from Chromatic Coffee in, I believe, Santa Clara or San Jose, California. You can order it online, $2 flat rate shipping. It's also available on Go Coffee Go. So I'll have links to both of those in the full review. So thanks for watching, and talk to you soon.